What's happening with health insurance under the new administration, and specifically in California? What's happening with Medi-Cal? So this is a longer dive in terms of video that I'm going to do with some folks. I've been reading a lot. Recently, Governor Newsom went back to the coffers to find an additional $2.8 billion for the state of California to help administer state's Medi-Cal. Now, I remain very neutral on this, being a health insurance agent. You know, Medi-Cal is a vital part of the system. There are people out there that need the help, they need the health care. And for lower income folks, Medi-Cal is the only way that they can have access to it. That said, I am a realist, and I've been watching this system for many, many years now. I've been involved in the Cover California system since its inception in 2014, and I've watched the progression and how the system works. And I'm looking at the cost of insurance over time, and you know what things cost and how the system works and how people are getting approved. First off, is health insurance itself is very, very expensive. Healthcare, going and getting access to healthcare, being hospitalized or having a surgery, God forbid, those things are extremely expensive. I can't express to you how expensive things have gotten for services therein. Now, to Medi-Cal, Medi-Cal is free to consumers that qualify. So there's a chart of income that if you make a certain threshold of income above or below, if you're below it, you get Medi-Cal, which is free to those consumers. It costs nothing to have it, and it gives them access to full health care. Doctors and hospitals and surgery and prescription coverage and emergencies and all of the things that come with major medical insurance. Now, in the last couple years, what I've seen is a massive glut of people, especially through Cover California, that are qualifying into Medi-Cal that have no business qualifying into Medi-Cal. And I can testify to this, that I've seen hundreds of these cases myself. I manage thousands of people now at this point, written thousands of policies into Cover California. So I have the experience and I have the daily knowledge of sitting and helping these folks, that I talk to people all the time that make well into the six figures that are on Medi-Cal. Now, that may shock a number of people, and a lot of people don't believe me when I have this conversation because I share it with people that I talk to all the time. But the qualification process to get into Medi-Cal is pretty meager. There isn't very much required documentation. You know, you submit an application through Cover California, someone that makes six figures, you could just come and tell the system like, oh no, I don't make any money and I'm below a certain threshold of income, and you'll get Medi-Cal. The state will approve it. I've seen this happen time and time again. I always joke, I see a lot of people coming and going in Mercedes-Benz and BMWs that are on Medi-Cal. And I believe, this is my longer form video that I'm going into, and I don't think I'm going out too far on a limb, but I have seen this stuff happen, is these people that are qualifying for Medi-Cal that don't belong there. I believe under the new administration we're going to start to see things tighten up. There have been recent communications from the Department of Insurance and specifically from Cover California that the rules are going to start to change, I believe, going into 2026. Through the end of this year, we're going to start to see it tightening up, I believe, of the qualification process. I think there's going to be more paperwork required. I think they're going to ask for documentation up front, which they don't do now, where they're going to qualify people more diligently to qualify for these benefits. Now, I'm a believer in that. I think that if you are going to take a free benefit from the state, you should qualify for it. And if you qualify for it, then you should have it. And I believe that should stand. That is something that the Affordable Care Act has done a really, really good job of ensuring Americans, and specifically Californians, that otherwise wouldn't have health care. So this is a really good thing, and I'm a humanitarian in that component, and I love the ACA for that because it's helped a lot of people. Now, the ACA has a lot of downsides. It's made people that are paying for insurance, we're paying triple now, unfortunately. The private insurance from the Anthems and Blue Shields and Health Nets and Kaisers of the world are much more expensive than they used to be. That said, the system has helped a lot of people that otherwise would not have health care. So it's one of those things that you got to measure and take the good with the bad for the betterment of everyone. That said, Medi-Cal should have some restrictions on it. Medi-Cal should, if you're going to take free benefits, you should be able to provide a pay stub or your taxes, and to actually go through a qualification process to receive those benefits. I believe that the state is going to start tightening up on that. So wanted to put a video out there for people that are looking at the broader picture. Health insurance is going to change in the coming years. I don't know what it's going to change into, and I could speculate, and I have ideas about that. It's a whole nother video. But I believe that the process to qualify for state benefits at zero cost is going to get tighter, and I don't want to say more difficult. It's going to be required that you show proof, that you prove your income to qualify for zero cost Medi-Cal. That's something I'm reading into the system and what's coming. If you think that you have different ideas, please, I'd love to hear your comments below. So please feel free to comment on that. But for now, the system is where it's at. I've seen a lot of people coming off of Medi-Cal. So Medi-Cal's been, for a lot of these folks that don't qualify income-wise, have been removing them from Medi-Cal because of these income thresholds. And I believe that over time they're going to purge the rolls a great deal for the people that don't qualify, and are likely, many of them are taking advantage of the system. And they were given it for free and no one ever asked them any questions, so why wouldn't you take a free benefit? But now I think the system and the state are going to start asking. I'm hopeful that they do. It should be a tighter process and a tighter system to get the free benefits that are out there. In any case, if you have questions about this, we're here Monday to Friday. medicalinsurancetoday.com. We're with you every step of the way. Please be in touch if we can help you.